What is happening, guys? Good morning and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video with your boy, Thick F30. And Thick F30 needs some sunglasses because it's a little bright out. It is the first day of what feels like fall. 56 degrees. Dude, I haven't seen 50s in Charlotte in a minute. This is turbo weather. This is where these cars thrive. Anyways, you guys, for today's video, I had an idea to talk a little bit about overbuilding a street car. I think that a lot of us go into some of these builds when we throw on modifications with the intention of keeping it as a daily driver and maybe messing around on the track and throwing a little bit of stuff onto it here and there. But the real question is there a line that can be crossed? Is there a line that can't be crossed? When you only have one car, you can easily get to a point where you sort of feel like you've overbuilt your street car. Some of the modifications that you put on the car can make things a little more difficult. Just the daily tasks, running errands, maybe going to work, sitting in traffic, commuting. So that's kind of the conversation that we're gonna have today. I think it's gonna be an interesting one, you guys. You're gonna wanna stick around for it. All right, dude, just pull up Starbucks. It's time to get you out. I don't need to tell you what the fuck's going on. They had a little bit of jazz music when I was walking out. I'm telling you, man, I've been on this like blues and jazz kick lately. Especially in the mornings, just throw on a little bit of that jazz. Woo, gets you in the mood. Maybe I'll make a Spotify playlist and share it with you guys so you can vibe with me. You guys already know what it is. Got that nitro cold brew for the day to kick it off right. Water. You guys dodge puddles like me? If it's like a big ass puddle and it's on that side, you know I'm going to this side. My lord, this thing is just looking freaking amazing, dude. Wow. It looks so good. Sometimes you just have to stand back and like appreciate your work, you know? I'll tell you one thing. This guy sits quite low to the ground. I got 3 fingers that I can fit under it. It's about 1.25 inches of clearance. All right, so we got a little bit of wind today, so forgive me if it's kind of hard to hear at some points in this video, but I'll do my best to block you guys from the wind. So here is the topic of today's video: overbuilding a street car. Now, I do want to preface this video by saying a lot of the decisions that I make on buying cars and putting parts on it, it's mostly a business decision because I make YouTube videos and I make money off of the views and the revenue and the affiliate sales. So my situation is obviously gonna be a little different than someone who's just an enthusiast slapping on parts on a car. But what I wanna talk about is, you know, a lot of us buy these cars with the intentions of just slapping on a couple of modifications. We don't really think down the line about how that's going to affect our daily driving. If it's your only car, but you're also kind of making this car your weekend warrior, you want to put some modifications on it, have a little bit of fun, make it look better, without it affecting your daily errands that you need to run, or even just going to the grocery store, or going to work, the commute. Some of these modifications, while as fun as they can be for the enthusiast, they're not the most practical for the daily driver. And this is exactly what I mean. My car is very low. It has a lip that hangs extremely far down. I have like 1 inch of clearance off of the ground. I literally hit every single speed bump with my carbon fiber lip. We've talked about this also in the past. You guys know that if you put carbon and you lower your car, it's to be expected. You're going to hit things. That's just part of it. But for this video, I actually want to get you guys involved as much as possible because I'm curious to see kind of how you guys deal with this. Where do we draw the line? Where do we actually draw the line between modifications and daily driver friendly? So if you have coilovers, obviously they're adjustable. You can raise them up a little bit. Height adjustable spring kit, you can raise it up a little bit, which I'll probably end up doing to the front of this car because it's a little too low. Looks really good. Looks really good for photos, but it's not the most practical. And right now this is my only car. However, I do have a daily driver coming to the vlog soon. Not gonna tell you guys what it is, but I will say it's not a BMW. Oh! But nonetheless, I think you guys are going to enjoy it. M2 is not going anywhere. M2 stays in the garage. So the question is, how many modifications and what kind of modifications can you get away with without it affecting your daily driving necessities, needs, going to work, commuting, your errands? When I go to the grocery store, there are speed bumps in the grocery store. I have to go down certain aisles to avoid the speed bumps because I can't make it over. I mean, it is to be expected that I am gonna hit this lip on a lot of stuff, but I try to avoid it when I can. So you guys comment down below and tell me, where do we draw the line? Is it just suspension and wheels? Aside from the obvious when it comes to suspension, obviously bringing your car lower to the ground, adding carbon fiber, which further decreases the clearance from the ground. Let's talk a little bit about performance. When you're running a methanol kit and you have to have a tune that's for methanol, or when you're running a E85 tune, or all of these different performance setups that require you to have specific tunes. When you start adding those type of performance modifications onto your car, it's just making it more and more difficult for you to just drive your car every day as a daily driver. Now, is it difficult to change a tune on your car? No, it's not that difficult, but it is another step. And you'd be surprised by how fast these steps add up when you have all of these different little performance things that require little necessities and different tunes just to drive the car. So really the only question I have for you guys today is, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line between a streetable, daily driving friendly car and your weekend warrior? A car that you slap all your parts on, have fun with, maybe take it to the track if you're into that. Is there a practicality line that you do not cross when it comes to building your street car? I know lots of people that refuse to put on any type of suspension. I know lots of people that refuse to put on any type of carbon fiber lip, just because it does make it that much more difficult to just drive your car on the daily basis. Now, like I said, for me, it's a little bit different because this is more of like a business decision. When I buy these parts, I'm obviously making videos, and this is for you guys, to give you guys ideas of what you can put on your car. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not all business. I love doing this. This is why I do it, because I love doing it. Having that vision and kind of seeing that vision come to life is always just such a fulfilling thing. But let's talk about the things that I put on this car that maybe aren't the most street friendly. The obvious, it's very low. So the suspension is a height adjustable spring kit. I can lift it up if I want, which probably makes a little more sense from a practicality side, but as it sits right now, it is extremely low. Like I said, the front is 1.25 inches off of the ground. It's not as bad without this carbon fiber lip on there, but this carbon fiber lip is just extremely aggressive. The way that it sits, I mean, dude, you're hitting everything. When you go into any kind of sloped driveway or speed bump or anything like that, you are definitely going to hit. It's just extremely low, and you can see why. This V-style, Vorsteiner style lip pretty much just shoots right down. It just goes downwards. Now, while this is my favorite lip that they offer for this car, I think it looks the best, it is super aggressive. So if you are someone who's, you know, looking for a streetable, like daily driver setup, this probably is not the lip for you. I reckon even staying away from a lip entirely and just running the front stock. Which, to be dead honest with you guys, like sometimes it's nice to just have the car without carbon fiber on the front. For a couple of weeks, I ran it without a front lip, and it was really nice. It was like refreshing. I could drive into any parking lot, go over any speed bump, didn't have to worry about a thing. It was great. And that was kind of where I noticed that, like, man, sometimes we put parts on these cars that just make it a little more difficult to just do the daily things that we need to do, the daily errands, going certain places. Here's another perfect example. When my friends are like, hey man, come out to this brewery downtown, I always kind of like cringe because I'm like, damn dude, my car, the downtown roads are just not good. There's a lot of uneven concrete. All of the driveways have crazy slopes. I'm like, it's just such a pain in the butt to drive this car downtown. And it just doesn't make it enjoyable when you're trying to go out and just enjoy your night and you have to worry about the car hitting everything. And the car's also like in really good condition and you want to keep it that way. So you don't want to get any door dings. You got to park it far away. That's kind of what I mean, that mentality of having this car that sometimes you build it up and it's so nice to a point that you just don't even want to like take it certain places because you know more than likely it's gonna get a little beat up. And that alone is really what has pushed me in the direction of getting a daily driver. Like as of late, I took it seriously and knew that I need to find a daily driver for the stable that's a little more permanent rather than just bringing these cars in and out, kind of flipping them with the parts and doing all that for the video. I'm gonna buy a daily driver that I'll probably make some videos on but it won't be specifically purchased for videos and content. It's really just gonna be purchased because I need something to take to the mountains when I'm like cycling or meeting my friends out for dinner or just getting my like daily errands done, and I don't wanna have to take the M2 and just worry about it. So like I said, the suspension will really limit you, and then also the carbon fiber up front, it just kinda, at the end of the day, it just kinda becomes a little more of a task. A lot of you guys asked why I took the wing off. I only had the wing on for a couple of weeks before I took it off. The wing was just, it was just a lot, man. It was a lot for just daily driving, and I didn't really want to have to deal with having a wing on the trunk when I'm just going to get groceries. I think it looked really sick from like a track perspective, but for just going to like the grocery store and do like my daily errands, it just didn't really make a lot of sense. And that is really why I bought two trunks. I have a trunk with a GTS wing on it, and then I have a trunk with this high kick spoiler. So when I want to switch it up, I just swap trunks. Super easy, it takes like 15 minutes. And then I have the best of both worlds. I can do like a super gnarly track setup, or I can just do like a daily driving little weekend warrior setup like this. There's no way that I'm the only one that suffers from this mentality. I know some of you guys out there think the same way, and some of you are fortunate enough to have multiple cars, to have daily drivers. I really want you guys to chime in. Let's talk about overbuilding street cars. Let's talk about where is the line? Where's the line that you draw when it comes to modifications? Do you rock a suspension that's low? Are you into that? Do you do bag? Maybe air is the way for you. Do you do wheels, aftermarket wheels? Are you afraid of them getting stolen? I don't have any locks on these wheels. Obviously, I park this car in a garage when I'm home, but if I take it out somewhere, if I left it overnight somewhere, I don't have any locks for my wheels. So that's another thing that prohibits you from having a streetable car all the time without having to worry. So you guys comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know, where do you draw the line with your street car? When is it too much? When have you thrown on too many parts and you get to a point where you're just like, this is becoming a little more of a hassle than what I can enjoy on the weekends. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Please do subscribe, comment down below, like this video, hit that bell notification. Stay tuned for the daily driver. It's gonna be sick. It's coming soon. Just like that, this video is over and we are out. Peace.